Burt Reynolds wasn't just any movie star of the 1970s and 1980s. He epitomized the era's macho charm and swagger, sporting a legendary mustache that became iconic. Rising to prominence in the me-decade, Reynolds transitioned from TV westerns like Gunsmoke to gripping survival dramas like Deliverance. However, his true calling came with roles as cocky, smirk-laden protagonists in action comedy hits such as Gator, The Cannonball Run, Stroker Ace, White Lightning, and notably, the Smokey and the Bandit series. As the popularity of such movies waned by the mid-80s, Reynolds found himself starring in a string of B-movies like City Heat, Rent-A-Cop, and Breaking In. Yet, redemption came in unexpected places, notably his portrayal of a small-town football coach in CBS Evening Shade and an adult film producer in Boogie Nights. Reynolds passed away on September 6, 2018, at 82, following a prolonged battle with heart issues. Despite his undeniable impact, many of his signature films may seem dated to contemporary viewers. However, during their heyday, movies like Smokey and the Bandit and Stroker Ace were box office gold, making Reynolds Hollywood's top-grossing actor from 1978 to 1982. While Reynolds' films were often commercially successful, they received mixed reviews from critics. While Sharky's Machine and Smokey and the Bandit fared relatively well, others like Stroker Ace and the Cannonball Run garnered lower ratings, highlighting the divide between audience enjoyment and critical acclaim. Many actors find their roots in theater and later return to it despite the lower pay, and Burt Reynolds was no exception. However, his involvement was not on the stage but as the owner and frequent director of the Burt Reynolds Dinner Theater in Jupiter, Florida. This theater, a $2 million project established in 1978, aimed to make live theater accessible to all, with affordable ticket prices. Over the years, Reynolds attracted numerous stars to the theater, including Carol Burnett, Farrah Fawcett, Ned Beatty, Kirstie Alley, and Robert Urich. Luminaries like Liza Minnelli and Martin Sheen even taught acting classes there. While Reynolds only acted in 3 productions, he directed 7 during the theater's 10-year run, which saw 116 productions. Despite his intentions to donate the theater to Palm Beach Community College, it faced financial difficulties, and the Florida government blocked his plans due to the theater's debts. Reynolds had 2 marriages in his lifetime. In the mid-1960s, he was married to English comedian Judy Carney, known for her role on Rowan Martin's Laugh-In. Later, in the late 80s and early 90s, he wed WKRP and Cincinnati star Lonnie Anderson. However, his most notable relationship was with fellow movie star Sally Field, with whom he shared the screen in several films. Reynolds expressed regret over the relationship's end, acknowledging Field as the love of his life and admitting to having screwed it up. Despite this, he remained unsure of Field's feelings and expressed a lingering sense of loss over their separation. Burt Reynolds had his fair share of memorable moments, and one such incident occurred during an October 1994 taping of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Following a joke by Leno about Reynolds' messy divorce from Lonnie Anderson, Reynolds, in a salty mood, retaliated by cutting off Leno's tie with a pair of scissors. Tensions escalated when the second guest, Mark Summers, arrived. Reynolds sarcastically commented on Summers' neatness and threw a mug of water at him, prompting a water exchange and eventually leading to a pie fight. Another iconic moment in Reynolds' career was his infamous nude centerfold in a 1972 issue of Cosmopolitan. The idea came from legendary Cosmo editor Helen Gurley Brown, who proposed the photo shoot when they met on The Tonight Show. Reynolds agreed, thinking it would be amusing. The centerfold, featuring Reynolds on a bearskin rug with only a strategically placed hand, became a sensation, selling out 1.6 million copies. However, Reynolds later regretted the decision, feeling it overshadowed the seriousness of his movie Deliverance and may have cost his co-stars Academy Award nominations. Burt Reynolds, a top box office draw for an extended period, was offered some of the most iconic roles in movie history. He confirmed on Watch What Happens Live that he turned down the role of Michael Corleone in The Godfather because Marlon Brando threatened to quit if Reynolds was cast. Reynolds also declined the opportunity to play James Bond, feeling the role should be reserved for British actors, and regretted that decision. He passed on the role later played by Richard Gere in Pretty Woman, admitting, "Because I am an idiot." Reynolds also turned down the chance to portray Han Solo in Star Wars, as he didn't want to do a science fiction film. Additionally, he rejected roles in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Terms of Endearment, both of which went to Jack Nicholson, who won Oscars for both performances. Reynolds briefly ventured into music, starring alongside Dolly Parton in the film adaptation of the musical The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas in 1982. About a decade later, he released his only album, Ask Me What I Am, featuring country music tunes co-produced by Bobby Goldsboro. Reynolds' music career included a minor hit in 1980 with the country song Let's Do Something Cheap and Superficial from the Smokey and the Bandit 2 soundtrack. During his peak years of stardom, Burt Reynolds was among the highest-paid movie stars, earning around $10 million annually. He indulged in extravagant purchases, including an estate in Florida called Valhalla, a 153-acre ranch, mansions in Malibu and Beverly Hills, a private jet, a helicopter, 150 horses, $100,000 worth of toupees, and a collection of sports cars fit for the Bandit himself. However, Reynolds' financial situation took a severe hit with his 1993 divorce settlement with Lonnie Anderson. He faced monthly payments of nearly $250,000 to his ex-wife, and legal fees further diminished his net worth to around $5 million. Moreover, the divorce tarnished his reputation, leading to the loss of lucrative endorsements with companies like Quaker State and the Florida Citrus Commission. Even his TV show Evening Shade was canceled in 1994. In a 2015 interview with Vanity Fair, Reynolds admitted to squandering much of his fortune, leading to the sale of personal items at an auction, including memorabilia from his iconic roles in Smokey and the Bandit and Boogie Nights. Reynolds' career was marked by physical challenges as well. He suffered a serious injury to his jaw while filming the movie City Heat in 1984, leading to an addiction to the sleep aid Halcion. Despite attempts to quit, including a period of cold turkey that resulted in a coma, Reynolds eventually overcame his addiction. Despite his health struggles and financial setbacks, Reynolds remained active in the entertainment industry until his passing in September 2018. He appeared in numerous projects, including TV shows like American Dad and Burn Notice, as well as films like The Last Movie Star and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he portrayed George Spahn, the owner of the ranch where the Manson